Hello guys, in this video we'll be looking at the autosomal DNA predicted phenotype, predicted traits, and of course the GED match results of an ancient individual from Germany, late Bronze Age Germany. Now this individual belonged to the Halberstadt culture, which there is conflicting information on the internet whether it's a Germanic, Celtic or even a Slavic culture, but I'm inclined to believe that it's a Proto-Germanic culture. Now, when it comes to predicted phenotype, both NOSHACOT and YSEC is predicting him to have blue eyes and red hair. As you can see in the picture, I kind of depicted him bald because I don't know how to choose an appropriate color for red hair. I don't know how red hair is supposed to look like, but he had BH1 and BH2 and BH3, so definitely had blue eyes. He did not have any exotic genotypes in SLC45A2 or SLC24A4. Very typical modern European result, but he did have one exotic genotype in Keto G for darker skin. In the Pro 319 Pro variant of DRD2, he had the no-go learner genotype, which is TT or AA. It's a stereotypically European genotype, and it has an advantage, which is a decreased risk of schizophrenia. And in TAC1 variant of DRD2, he had the A2A2 genotype, which is the opposite of what you've seen with Neanderthals and various monkeys who tend to have A1A1. In Comte's Val-Met variant, he was Val-Val, which means warrior with the IO. This is a non-European kind of genotype, but Europeans have it as well. It's just more typical outside of Europe, you know what I mean? And the implications of this genotype is that he had quicker reuptake of dopamine, less dopamine in the system, worse attention, worse motivation. In OXTR, I am perplexed with his genotype here, because for one of the variations he has higher levels of empathy and for the other one lack of empathy. So I don't know whether or not he has the sociopath gene or not. Whether I can say that he did or he didn't, it's kind of hard to tell. And he did not have East Asian EDAR, which is a mutation implicated in, a series of mutations I should say, implicated in East Asian facial traits, such as shovel-shaped incisors. He did not have the European lactose persistence mutation, was most likely lactose intolerant, as is everybody outside of Europe, and he did not have the European mutation that protects against myopia. When it comes to polygenic diseases, he had a very, very high risk score for coronary heart disease. He had a very, very high risk score for Parkinson's disease. He also had a super high risk score for type 2 diabetes. He had a pretty average risk score for schizophrenia. He had a pretty average risk score for bipolar disorder. And he had a pretty average risk score for asthma. Now, with the Eurogenes K13, this result is very essentially Germanic in every sense of the word. However, there is a quirk here in that he's scoring 10% West Asian, much more than any Central or Northern European today. However, with the Oracle, he's still closest to Germans and Swedes, but he's getting modeled as a mixture of German or Swedish or Norwegian plus Kalash or Balochi or Brahwi or basically any kind of group in Pakistan because of the West Asian and because of the South Asian that he's got. This sample's official G25 from Explore Your DNA, and here we see the same thing. It's closest to Scandinavians, such as Norwegians, Danes, Dutch, Shetlandic are not in Scandinavia, but they're close to Scandinavians genetically. But he's getting modeled as a mixture of Danish or Norwegian plus Baloch, plus Baloch. There's that Baloch admixture, right? That modern Germanics don't have. This is what he scores with MDLPK11. He's scoring around 27% Caucasus related stuff. There is no Caucasus category here, but there is EHG, which pretty much represents Caucasus related admixture. Not Eastern Hunter-Gatherer, even though it's named this way, it's representing Caucasus admixture, right? And with the Oracle, he's actually closest to Halberstadt LBA, so this Oracle did have Halberstadt as a reference group, which is very interesting. And he's getting modeled actually as a mixture of Halberstadt plus some kind of a battle axe or Irish Bronze Age. So it's all similar, right? It's probably all similar to Halberstadt anyway, right? Because these are all Indo-Europeans from Bronze Age Europe. This is what he scores with Pandianel K12 Ancient. He's scoring actually not as much Caucasus as I would expect. He's scoring only 19.5% Caucasus, not a lot. With the Oracle, he's closest to Halberstadt once again, and this is actually the exact sample. I0099 is the exact sample that this video is about. And with the two-way Oracle, he's getting modeled as that plus some kind of a Western Hunter-Gatherer, so maybe he's a little bit more Western Hunter-Gatherer than the reference here. And with the modern populations for the same calculator, he's closest to English South, Irish, Dutch North, German North, and he's getting modeled as a mixture of Irish plus Uttar Pradesh Muslim or Punjabi Jat Muslim or Haryana Jat, basically a mixture of some kind of Northwest European plus some kind of a South Central Asian or North Indian. This is what he scores with Ancient Eurasia K6. Now, he's only scoring 32% Natufian by Germanic standards. That's actually very Northern. That's why he's closest with the Oracle to Norwegians and not like Germans or English people, right? He's very Northern by Germanic standards. With Gedrosia K3, he's scoring 95% West Eurasian, which is actually just straight up a typical result for a modern German or a Norwegian person. Thanks for watching until the end. I'm gonna let you guys know that you can actually download this sample in 23andMe format from link which is in the description, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy what I do here on YouTube.